Jai Gurudev, and thank you for joining us today. So we continue our discussion on secrets of the subtle. So Gurudev's talk reveals that getting more is endless and exhausting. How do these practices help one live from fullness instead? Yes, Jai Gurudev, the more we try to fill the inner void through external means, the more discontent we feel. Gurudev reminds us the fullness we seek is already within. Sudarshan Kriya harmonizes our prana, which influences emotions and thoughts. Once the breath is in rhythm, we feel whole without needing anything extra. Sahat Samadhi brings us to a place of deep rest where contentment arises without cause. It's in that silence that we meet our true self. From that state, we engage in life not from lack but from abundance. That's the secret to effortless living. Now, Gurudev's subtle wisdom invites detachment even while engaging in the world. How is this detachment different from indifference? Yes, detachment or vairagya is not rejection, it's freedom. Gurudev teaches to engage 100% in action but not get entangled in the outcome. Indifference lacks love. Detachment includes compassion with clarity. In Vedic practices like Gayatri Japa and Sandhya Vandanam, we offer all thoughts, actions, and fruits to the divine. This cultivates a heart that is involved but not burdened. Gurudev bridges this Vedic detachment with modern action. You care deeply but remain centered. That centeredness is not aloofness; it is spiritual strength. It allows you to serve better, live lighter, and love unconditionally. Now, how does the then what question deepen our understanding of purpose and dharma? Then what brings us face to face with our deeper purpose? Once we stop running after trivial achievements, we start asking, why am I here? What is my contribution? That's when dharma or righteous living becomes clear. In Art of Living, Gurudev emphasizes selfless service not as a duty but as the expression of our joy. When you live with awareness, each moment becomes purposeful, each action a blessing. Programs help align your inner silence with the outer action. That's when life becomes meaningful, not just successful. Dharma isn't just obligation, it's a spontaneous, natural flow when you are connected. Now, Gurudev often laughs when we chase their desires blindly. How does humor help on the spiritual path? Yes, humor is a divine tool. Gurudev says light laughter pierces our seriousness and ego. Vedic tradition honors hasya rasa, the joy of lightness, as a spiritual quality. Laughter creates distance from the mind's drama. When Gurudev laughs at the desire to get more, it's not mockery, it's a loving nudge toward freedom. Many rituals, when done with rigidity, create pressure. Gurudev reintroduces joy and innocence into spiritual practice through his wisdom and humor. Seekers let go of burdens, allowing subtle transformation to occur. Joy is the sign of a matured seeker. A laughing master heals just by being. Now, Gurudev questions, what are you going to do with everything you get? How does this question reorient our priorities? Yes, this question is powerful because it reveals the futility of blind accumulation. Gurudev doesn't say stop achieving, he says ask yourself for what. A priority shift when we realize that peace, joy, and fulfillment are not products of achievements but of awareness. Art of Living teaches how to maintain inner calm even while fulfilling responsibilities. Once priorities align with the inner growth, your actions become more impactful and less stressful. You do more with less noise inside. That's wisdom, engaging in the world without losing your center. Gurudev's question redirects us from outward chase to inward clarity. Now, Gurudev's teachings hint that longing itself is a pointer to something deeper. How can one honor longing without becoming lost in it? See, longing when misunderstood becomes addiction, but longing when purified becomes devotion or bhakti. Gurudev transforms longing into a sacred movement toward the self in the Vedic path. Longing is directed through rituals like Upanayanam and Chapa sadhana and yajna, focusing desire on the divine with practices like Sahat Samadhi meditation and Sudarshan Kriya. Longing is no longer restless, it becomes still and sweet. You don't deny it, you elevate it. When you recognize that what you long for is already within, longing becomes a sacred celebration. Gurudev says, let longing deepen, not frustrate. That's the subtle secret. Now, Gurudev emphasizes you can't get it through logic alone. How does this wisdom align with the heart centered Vedic path? Yes, the Vedas declare yato vacho nivratante aprapyo manasa saha. That which speech and mind cannot grasp, Gurudev echoes this intellect can guide, but it can't capture the infinite. Our courses, especially Sahat Samadhi, lead us from head to heart. When the mind quiets, the heart opens. Devotion, love, and silence become our instruments of knowing. Logic gives direction, but love gives experience. Gurudev's techniques take us from conceptual spirituality to experiential truth. In that space, subtlety is not understood, it is lived. That's the heart of a Vedic tradition, not argument but absorption. Now, Gurudev's message often feels like remembering something we have always known. Why is that? Because truth is not taught, it is revealed. Gurudev doesn't give new concepts, he removes the ignorance. The Shruti or Vedic revelation says the same knowledge is Smriti, recollection of the souls is eternal wisdom. When Gurudev says, then what, or you are already full, something clicks. It feels ancient, familiar. Our rituals also awaken. These samskaras or impressions of past lifetimes or practice. That's why listening to Gurudev feels like coming home. His presence reactivates the seed of knowing. Through his grace and techniques, the fog of forgetfulness lifts, and we remember not intellectually but in every cell. Now, Gurudev highlights the importance of subtlety in spiritual growth. How do art of living practices help cultivate sensitivity to the subtle? Yes, subtlety is the language of the soul. Sudarshan Kriya and guided meditations refine our inner perception by calming the mind and balancing prana. When the nervous system is harmonized, we become aware of faint energies, thought patterns, emotions, and divine presence. Sahat Samadhi meditation opens the door to subtle realms effortlessly. This sensitivity helps us discern between ego impulses and genuine intuition, fostering wise decisions. The Art of Living courses cultivate this subtle awareness, helping us live more consciously